let us go to our next experiment. The aim of the experiment is to determine the angle of minimum deviation for a given region by plotting the graph between the angle of incidence and the angle of deviation. And the apparatus required here: drawing board, white paper, prism, drawing sheet, office pen, pencil, scale, and graph paper. Now, I am going to final theory. I am just explaining you how it is coming. Delta deviation is first. Deviation, see this figure. In this figure, here, this is the incident rate, this is the refracted rate, this is the emergent. If you will produce the incident ray forward and emergent ray backward, they will meet at a point. Let this point be O, and this angle is called the angle of deviation. Now, if you will go to this triangle AQ, quadrilateral AQMR, here this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree. Therefore, the adding of these two will be 90 degree. That I have written here. QAR plus QNR 100 degree. Similarly, here delta equal to addition of these two external angles. That is, this is I, this is R1. Therefore, this angle will be equal to I minus R1, and this angle will be equal to E minus R2. That's why I have written delta angle of deviation equal to I minus R1 plus E minus R2, or I can written as I plus E minus R1 plus R2. Here addition of three angles R1, R2, and equal to 180 degree, and this angle plus this angle equal to 180 degree. Therefore, automatically R1 plus R2 will be equal to 180 degree. R1 plus R2 is equal to 8. R1 plus R2 is equal to 8. Now, putting this in equation 1, you will have angle of deviation delta equal to I plus E minus A. Now, at the minimum deviation position, you can see here, at the minimum deviation position, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of emergence. That's why when I will be equal to E, then automatically these two angles R1 will be equal to R2, and this ray is parallel, that is your refracted ray will be parallel to the base of the prism. That is, QR will be parallel to BC. So, when I equal to E, and R1 equal to R2, so QR parallel to when I equal to E, when I equal to E, automatically R1 will be equal to R2, and QR will be parallel to BC. Then delta will be equal to I plus E, that is 2I plus A, and I will be A plus delta by 2. Similarly, A is equal to, we have already taken A is equal to R1 plus R2. Therefore, R1 will be equal to R2, then equal to 2R, therefore R equal to A by 2, and we know from refracting relation with prism, U equal to sin I by sin R, that is sin A plus A, and that is delta by 2 plus sin A by 2. Delta is the minimum deviation. How we will get the minimum deviation? Now, in order to find the minimum deviation, we will have to do this. Now, let us take different angles of incidence. That is, angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and normal to the surface. That means this angle 35 degree, this angle is your angle of incidence, and this is your angle of incident ray, this is your refracted ray, and this is your emergent ray. Now, produce this incident ray and produce this emergent ray backwards, that will give back your angle. That angle is your angle of deviation. So, different angle of incidence 35, 40, 45 up to 60 degree, take different angles and find the corresponding angle of deviation. And then you will plot a graph between angle of incidence versus deviation. Then you the tabulation will be like this. number of observation, angle of incidence in degrees. You should always keep remember that angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and normal to the surface. Normal to the surface. That's why it is angle. Angle of incidence, then angle of deviation. Now, if you will take this value, suppose you are coming between 30, 35 up to say 50 degree, then corresponding angle of incidence 30 degree, 35 degree, etc. Then note down the corresponding angle of deviation and plot a graph between angle of incidence versus angle of deviation. That is, here I in degrees, here D in degrees. Together of the graph will be like this. Generally, the angle of deviation will come 35 to 40, whereas the angle of incidence, only it will have the angle of deviation in between coming it is nearly around 45 to 50. And here the lowest point, it is decreasing and again it is increasing. At the lowest point, the deviation is minimum, and the corresponding value of D, that will give that this is the deviation. M stands for minimum. This is DM. Delta M also you can write DM delta M. Angle of minimum deviation. Then knowing this value of angle of deviation, you can have also find the refractive index of the material of the given prism, and we have the refractive index. Now, for different angle of incidence, if you take 30 degree to say 50 degree, then the angle of deviation will come, say initially at 30 degree, this comes to be 55 degree, then it will decrease, and a particular it will the minimum value, then again it will increase. So the nature of the graph will be like this. And we have the refractive index of the material of the given prism is equal to sin A plus dm by 2 by sin A by 2. So dm we have got from this graph, and if you want to find the angle of this prism, you can also have the angle of the prism either it is sometimes it is given in the question itself, the angle of the prism is 60 degree. If it is not given, you are asked to find the angle of the prism, then you will draw two lines, place the prism, and on this line with the distance of around LCM, two pins, say A and B, then put a third pin here, C and D, so that the image of pin A and B and C will be in one straight line. Similarly, put the pin D, so that image of A and B and CD, image and CD will be in one straight line. Similarly, in this side also, put two pins, say A dash, B dash, having around LCM apart. Then put another pin here, C dash, so that the image of pin A dash, B dash and C dash will be one straight line. Then take another pin D dash, so that the image of A dash, B dash and C dash, D dash will be one straight line. Then the direction of the rays will be like this, and produce the rays backwards. They will meet at a point, and this angle is equal to twice. In this way, we take 3 readings and half of that will give you the angle of the prism. A equal to angle of the prism. Suppose this is this PQR, then angle A will be equal to angle PQR by 2. So in this way, you can able to find the angle of the prism. Putting this value of angle of the prism here, you can find the refractive index of the given prism. And from the graph also, you can write the value dm is equal to this one. So in that question, it may be height angle of minimum deviation, then you will do this up to this. But if in that question it is coming find the refractive index of the material of the given prism, then you will have to go further writing this. If you will write mu equal to this formula, then you will start.
As it was explained by sir, you have to find angle of deviation, how to find angle of incidence, then you will plot the graph and find angle of minimum deviation. Just I am going to explain how to do it. Already you know in theory, ray is incident, it comes from the nearer to denser medium, it bends towards normal, so it is inclined towards base, and when it emerges from denser, it comes from denser to rarer medium, again it moves away from normal, so it bends towards base. This is the base of the prism. Ray is incident, bends towards base when it gets refracted, again when it emerges out also bends towards base. So the angle by which the emergent ray deviates from the direction of incident. This is emergent ray, this is incident ray. So the angle by which the emergent ray deviates from the direction. This is the direction of the incident ray. This is the direction of the emergent ray. If it is extended backward, the direction, the angle by which the emergent ray deviates from the direction of incident ray is called as the angle of deviation. So to do it systematically, we are going to show it on the paper. First of all, using board pins, you fix the paper on the board. 4 board pins are used. Then a line was drawn almost at the middle. This is how to do systematically. A line is drawn at the middle. Then a prism was marked with a marker at one side so that the angle of prism remain fixed. Okay, the side which was marked always coincides with the line drawn. Now keep the prism so that this edge coincides with the line drawn. Then draw the outline of the prism with the help of a pencil. Then once again, almost at the middle, keep the prism coinciding with the line drawn. Then mark other 2 sides. Then third one side you will draw similarly. One side you will draw 3 diagrams. At the back side of the paper or in another paper you will draw 3 diagrams. You are taking angle of incidence starting from 35 to 60 degree at 5 degree interval. That means you will, for one diagram you will take angle of incidence 35 degree, next angle of incidence 40, next 45, and on another paper 50, 55, 60. These are the angle of incidence. Now what will you do? Draw a normal almost at the middle, normal, using a protractor. Draw the normal and incident ray. So normal was marked at 90 degree, and you will start with angle of incidence 35. Angle of incidence is always the angle between the incident ray and the normal at the point of incidence. So with normal, angle 35 degree. 35 degree. Generally the children they make something wrong. That means they always take with the base. The angle they measure with the base. This is normal. Normal incident rate. Now prism was kept replaced again. This angle of incidence I already 35 degree drawn. Now you will fix two pins on the incident ray. Keep in mind the distance between two pins should be more. It should be at least 5 to 10 centimeter. Okay. The distance between two pins should be more. Now, while doing this experiment, it is better if you kneel down so that your eye will be in level with that of the pin. So keep your eye in such a way. According to theory, this is the direction of incident ray. This is the direction of incident ray. This is the base of the prism. Now the ray will be reflected towards the base, and when it emerges, it will bend again towards the base of the prism. So you locate the emergent. Once you locate the direction of the emergent ray, better you kneel down so that your eye will be in level with the pins of the needle and sharp point of the needle, and keep one eye closed to avoid parallax. Set your eye in such a way so that the images which you see will remain one behind the other, so that your eye is in line with the images. One pin is behind the other. Now we will fix the third pin in such a way so that this third pin and the images of these two pins are in one line. Okay, so this is the third pin and the other two images appear here when you see from this side. Next we will fix the fourth pin. So that this third pin will remain behind the fourth pin as well as the other two images. Third pin and the images of these two pins will remain behind it in a straight line. Done. Next. Okay. Now, remove the prism, remove the pin, mark the pin prick and encircle. So, these are the two pins which will give you the direction of emergent ray. Join these two pin pricks, extend it up to the prism. Remember, up to the prism you will draw solid line because the ray is emerging along, it shows the original direction of the original path of the emergent ray. But if you draw beyond that, you will do dotted line. This is dotted line always shows the virtual thing, that is the direction, not the. Similarly here incident ray, you will draw solid line up to the prism. After that if you do, you will extend it with a dotted line showing the direction. Okay, they meet somewhere here. Now this angle between the direction of incident ray and emergent ray gives you angle of deviation. Measure it with the help of a protractor. Now measure this angle and note down in the table format. Angle of incidence versus angle of deviation. You will make a table, angle of incidence and angle of deviation. So for 35, then you will do similar thing for 40 degree. For 40 degree also you will do the similar thing. Put a protractor, mark 90 degree. This will be the direction of normal, and from normal mark 40 degree, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40 degree. Here you draw the line which will be considered as incident ray. So this will be incident ray, this is normal, this will be angle of incidence 40 degree. So similarly, as you have done in this case, you will replace the prism, keep in mind the side which is marked always will coincide with this line, so that angle of the prism remain fixed. Though it seems this is a all the three sides are same and the angle may be 60 degree. Sometimes there is a chance the angle may not be 60, it may be 59 or 61. So to keep it same, that is 60 degree, always the side which is marked coincides with the line. And as you have done earlier, fix 2 pins. Now the light coming along these 2 pins will act as the incident ray. Then again keep your eye in level with the pins and fix the 3rd pin, so that the images of these 2 pins and 3rd pin will be in one line. Then fix the 4th pin, so that 3rd pin and the images of these 2 pins, all of them will be in one line. And remove the pins, join them and extend backward, extend the incident forward, then find the angle of deviation. Likewise, you have to find 6 angles of deviation corresponding to 6 angles of incidence. Angle of incidence will take 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Find corresponding deviation. Then, as it is explained by sir, you will draw a graph, angle of incidence versus angle of deviation. As you draw the graph, I del, here at the right top corner you will write the scale. First, with increasing angle of incidence, deviation will decrease, then it will increase. At the lowest point, draw a tangent. This value of deviation gives you minimum deviation tolerance. That's all. And for precautions, try to avoid parallax. The pins should be fixed vertically. Use the protractor properly. Sometimes, while generally the children, those who do the mistake, though it is a simple thing, they do mistake while drawing the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is always the angle with incident ray, not with the base of the prism. Remember. That's all. And when you are fixing the pins should be at least 10 cm away from each other.